voices in the ceiling. All of us around one table, black champagne, but how could I know? Was too young to see the time was fleeting. And I had me, but I don't feel real. Standing in front of what's now a picture frame. And I'm in a good place, but I just can't breathe over the thought that it'll be like that again. Be like that again. Drive the same roads every day. We both get there our own way. Thistle and an apple tree. How different two souls can be. But we both grow from the same sorrow. If we both know we'll be together tomorrow, I can be like a tree in the wind. Same old roots, but I can bend, turning to understand and sway together. Now it's almost like a dance, rendering of stubbornness, and it just cuts us deeper through the longer I'm away from you. Yeah, we fight good, we make love better if we both know we'll be together forever. I can be like the tree in the wind. together till the end. Straight cruising, headed for a bruising, watching out for number one. You gotta slow down, look around you. Today is just a day and not tomorrow. Where you're going, you can rest your head. Where you're going, brightness looks big. Where you're going, truth cannot be hid. You gotta get going. Easy now. You gotta get going. Easy now. Be hard working so you can be deserving of the rest that you are given. You gotta slow down, look around you, son. Give a lot and live a little. Work with what you got. Where you're going, you can rest your head. Where you're going, brightness looks big. Where you're going, truth cannot be hid. You gotta get going. Easy now. You gotta get going. Easy now. Get along, give a hand, sleep heavy, be the man. Just there, where you are, do something, be the star. You gotta get going. Easy now. You gotta get going. Easy now. rocking her to sleep. Wind whispers in the trees. Hidden secrets are hard to keep.
I'm a social suicide. Since I lost you, I've been high. Think you saw me with your friends last night. I think it was you. Such a tragic, rather painful sight. So embarrassing. So I ran back to my heartache, holding hands with the night. Hopelessly hoping you'd call. If we think about it, we think too much. Maybe we should talk about it, should be enough. But we'll never be enough for us if we not give up. Just say yes. 'Cause baby, 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 we're better than that. Maybe, 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 maybe it's as simple as that. If there's love in afterlife, hope we catch the same flight. If we think about it, we think too much. Maybe we should talk about it, should be enough. But we'll never be enough for us if we not give up. And when I think about it, I think too much. I don't wanna talk about it, we talk enough. We'd rather sing about it, 'cause I'm in love, I'm in love. Just say yes. 'Cause baby, 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 we're better than that. Maybe, 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 maybe it's as simple as that. 'Cause baby, 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 we're better than that. Maybe, 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 maybe it's as simple as that.
On a street in San Marino, beneath the moonlit sky, the tears from her eyes, they came without warning, as I held her in my arms, afraid to drown in memories. The flickering light cast shadows on the concrete. You don't have to worry. You don't need to be afraid of hurting me. 'Cause you can't break my heart. It's already broken from the start. A short-lived love story on a street in Italy. Never thought that it would be enough to mend my broken heart. Afraid to drown in memories. No, you can't break my heart. It's already broken from the start. No, you can't break my heart. It's already broken from the start. No, you can't break my heart. It's already broken from the start.
I'm hushing the dog on the chain. I'm running up stones on the edge of the bank. Rally the troops for another refrain. I sing this softly to myself. I sing this softly to myself. I'm buried beneath the sand. There's no way to speak or reach out my hand. Watching the paper slowly unfold. Bracing for news that I can't bear to hold. While I'm singing this song to myself, I sing this softly to myself. Tore up my jeans on the fence. This iron road I cannot bend, but my walking is lighter when I walk with a friend. I sing this softly to myself. I sing this softly